Being a car owner for 20 years, I've spent countless hours searching for the absolute best head gasket sealers. And today I want to share my personal experience with 10 top-rated products that genuinely stood out. Whether you're trying to stop a minor leak, fix a cracked block, or avoid a costly engine teardown, these sealers can save you time and money. All of the products I mentioned in this video are linked in the description below, so feel free to check them out as we go. Now, let's begin. At number 10, we have the Bars Leaks Head Seal Gasket Repair. I first used this on a friend's old Dodge that had white smoke from the exhaust and a slow loss of coolant. After pouring this solution into the radiator, we followed the instructions to idle the engine and then drive it for about 15 miles. Within a couple of days, the smoke had stopped and the coolant level stabilized. This product is thicker than others I have used and feels like it has real substance when you pour it in. It works by chemically bonding to the leak, forming a seal that can withstand pressure and heat. It also contains carbon fiber, which helps reinforce the damaged area. Compared to the Steel Seal Blown Head Gasket Fix, which I have included as number 1 on this list, Bars Leaks seems to work better for smaller, slower leaks rather than catastrophic failures. The pros include easy application, quick results, and effective seal. The cons include odor and thick consistency. At number 9, we have the Permatex Copper Spray-A-Gasket. I used this during a head gasket replacement job, where I wanted extra sealing between the gasket and metal surfaces. This copper spray goes on evenly and provides a metallic layer that helps fill in small imperfections. It's particularly useful when working on older engines that may have minor pitting or surface wear. What I loved was how thin and even the spray was. It dries tacky and never runs or drips. On a long trip down the coast, the engine stayed leak-free and the gasket remained firmly in place. It also resists high temperatures, which gives you extra confidence during hard driving. Compared to the BlueDevil Pour-N-Go head gasket sealer, which is number 8 on the list. This one is better for gasket prep and permanent builds, while BlueDevil is more of a repair fluid. The pros include strong adhesion, clean finish, and metal safe. The cons include slow cure and limited size. At number 8, we have the BlueDevil Pour-N-Go head gasket sealer. This is probably one of the most user-friendly options I have used. I had an old Nissan Altima that started to overheat, and I noticed milky oil under the cap. I did not want to tear the engine down, so I decided to try BlueDevil. I poured it into the radiator as directed and let the car idle for the recommended time. After driving for a few hours, the engine temperature normalized and the oil no longer looked contaminated. This stuff works like magic if your cooling system is clean and you follow the directions exactly. What impressed me the most was how quickly it took effect. It started sealing after just a short drive. Compared to the K&W FiberLock head gasket repair, which I listed as number 7, BlueDevil is faster but might not last as long in more severe leak scenarios. The pros include easy pour, fast sealing, and durable stay. The cons include strong smell and pricey. At number 7, we have the K&W FiberLock head gasket repair. I tried this product in an older work van that had a combustion leak. It had been overheating and pushing bubbles into the coolant. After flushing the system, I added FiberLock and idled the van for about 30 minutes. During the next few drives, I noticed the bubbling stopped and the temperature gauge stayed where it should. The fiber technology in this product allows it to bind with the metal under heat and pressure, forming a mechanical bond that seals cracks. The bottle recommends driving cycles to cure the product fully, and it did take about 150 miles for the repair to feel locked in. Compared to the Green Demon head gasket and block repair, which is number 6 on the list, FiberLock took longer to cure but delivered a slightly tougher and more consistent seal under repeated heat cycles. The pros include high heat durability, reliable seal, and block compatible. The cons include long cure and thin consistency. At number 6, we have the Green Demon head gasket and block repair. I had a friend's BMW that was pushing coolant out of the reservoir and overheating badly. We flushed the system, added Green Demon, and let the engine idle with the heat on for the required time. After the treatment, the leak was completely gone and the car ran perfectly for over a month with no signs of failure. This product is great because it works on aluminum and cast iron and contains a blend of polymers and bonding agents that react to heat. It also seemed to hold up well in city traffic and during long idle periods. Compared to the Permatex high-tack gasket sealant, which is number 5, Green Demon is better for internal cracks and coolant side leaks, whereas Permatex is more for surface prep and external seals. The pros include robust repair, no drain needed, and block safe. The cons include long treatment and hard to see level. At number 5, we have the Permatex high-tack gasket sealant. This one comes in handy during physical gasket replacements. I applied it on a thermostat housing and an oil pan gasket. and it made assembly much easier. The sealant is incredibly tacky and holds the gasket in place while you position it. Once torqued, it fills tiny surface imperfections and prevents leaks. It is gasoline resistant and withstands high temperatures without becoming brittle. I drove several hundred miles with no leaks and was impressed with how flexible it remained even after the engine cooled down. Compared to the Bars Leaks Block Seal Head Gasket Fix at number 4, Permatex offers better performance for mechanical jobs, but not for coolant-sealed cracks. The pros include stay tacky, gap filler, and engine safe. The cons include messy and thick texture. At number 4, we have the Bars Leaks Block Seal Head Gasket Fix. I used this in a friend's Subaru that was blowing white smoke from the tailpipe and losing coolant. After flushing the system and adding the product, we let it idle for about 20 minutes. Over the next few days of normal driving, the coolant loss stopped and the exhaust cleared up. It contains sodium silicate and sealing particles that work together to bond cracks and seal blown head gaskets. It is safe for aluminum heads and cast iron blocks and can be used without removing the thermostat. Compared to the K-Seal Heavy-Duty Permanent Coolant Leak Repair at number 3, Bars Leaks worked faster, but K-Seal offered longer-lasting results. The pros include fast mix, clog safe, and coolant stable. The cons include heavy odor and coarse particles. At number 3, we have the K-Seal Heavy-Duty Permanent Coolant Leak Repair. I tried this in a high-mileage sedan that had both a minor head gasket leak and a seeping heater core. K-Seal fixed both issues in one go. It is a multi-purpose formula designed for permanent repair and is safe to leave in the system. It mixes instantly with coolant and requires no draining. I noticed the engine stayed cool even during long drives and the heater worked flawlessly. I like how K-Seal can target multiple types of leaks, making it a solid emergency repair solution. Compared to the gasket sealer and belt dressing at number 2, K-Seal provides a more complete internal engine solution while the belt dressing has surface utility. The pros include multi-leak fix, long-lasting and system safe. The cons include dark color and slow cure. At number 2, we have the gasket sealer and belt dressing. This dual-purpose product came in handy when I had a leaking timing cover and a squealing belt. It is designed to stop gasket seepage and condition drive belts at the same time. I sprayed it on and let it sit for a few minutes before starting the engine. The belt quieted down and the leak from the timing cover stopped within a day. It works well for rubber and plastic parts and adds flexibility to aging gaskets. Compared to the Steel Seal Blown Head Gasket Fix at number 1, this is more of a maintenance product, while Steel Seal is a heavy-duty repair solution. The pros include dual purpose, quick shine, and budget-friendly. The cons include leaves film and limited quantity. At number 1, we have the Steel Seal Blown Head Gasket Fix. This product is the one I turn to when all else fails. I used it in a high-compression sports coupe that had a blown gasket with severe coolant contamination. After flushing the system and adding Steel Seal, I let the car idle and then drove it for several heat cycles. Within a week, the coolant stopped mixing with the oil. The white smoke disappeared and the engine held temperature. It uses a unique chemical reaction that forms a hard seal when exposed to heat and pressure. It is compatible with all types of antifreeze and is designed for permanent repairs. Compared to the Bars Leaks Head Seal Gasket Repair at number 10, Steel Seal is more expensive but offers a higher success rate with serious damage. The pros include heavy-duty, permanent fix, and engine safe. The cons include slow cure and thick viscosity.